Okay, so in this video we will see how we can configure a web server. So a web server configuration. So first we will need our server and the client. This is the web server and this is our client. We will connect both using intermediary device, which is the switch. Then we will connect both using straight through cable, and again we will use straight through cable this side. For the client side, we will configure the IP address as 192.168.10.10. This will be the IP address for the client with the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, and the gateway, we will not be using a gateway in here because there is no router in this configuration. Since there is no router, no gateway will be needed. Then the DNS server will be 192.168.10.5, which is the IP address of the server. Okay, so to configure a web server, we will need to do the following. First, we have to configure an IP address, then we have to do the DNS service, then we have to do the HTTP service. All these configuration must be done at the server side. Okay, so we will start with the client machine. We will go to the desktop, then we have the IP configuration, we have the IP address, which is 192.168.10.10 with the subnet mask 255.255.255. The default gateway, no need for a gateway in here. And the DNS server, we have to configure the IP address for the DNS. So the DNS will be 192.168.10.5. Okay, why we are using this IP address? Because we will need domain name system, or the domain name system, to translate the website to the IP address. So we will need a DNS. We will see the configuration right here. Okay, so this is 5. Okay, we have to remember this IP. I will copy this IP right now. Copy. So at the other side in here, I will be using this configuration, which is 192.168.10.5. Okay, again we are using the same IP address and the DNS in here. So this server will be, first we have to configure an IP address, which is this one, then we have to configure the DNS, and lastly at the end we will configure the HTTP web service. So we will start with the first step, which is configuring an IP address. We will go to the desktop, then IP configuration, then from in here 192.168.10.5 subnet mask, we will use the same. In here there is no need to configure a DNS because this is the DNS server itself. Okay, so we will step 2, we have to configure the DNS service. So we go to the services, then we have to go to the DNS, then we have to add a record. So I will add one record to the DNS, which is www, then student.com. Then the IP address that I want to translate, it's 192.168.10.5. Then I will click on add. So once I added this record to the DNS server, I have to enable the DNS. So I will go and switch it on. So I will enable the DNS service. So once I enable the DNS, which is then the second step, I have to go and enable the web service. So I will go to the HTTP. This is the protocol, HTTP protocol. We have to switch it on. It's by default, it's switched on. Okay, so now I have to close it. Okay, I will go to the client. First, I will ensure there is a communication. So I will ping myself 192.168.10.10. This is myself, this is the laptop itself. So I can see there's a reply. Okay, then if I ping the DNS server with the HTTP, I can see there is a reply. So that's mean there is connectivity. So now what I will do, I will go to the web browser. So from the web browser, I will try to browse the website that we just published or we just configure with the DNS. So I will go www.student.com. Once I hit on enter, I can see the website is functional and running in here. Okay, so I will do one change in here. I will close this this browser. I will go back to the server. Then after that, I will go to the HTTP. Then from the index page, okay, from the index page, okay, I will go on edit. So from in here, I will change this wording from Cisco Packet Tracer to my name is student. I will save this changes. So I did update the web page on the server. Now I will go to the client. I will run the web browser again. After that, I will visit the website. So I will go www.student.com. Once I hit on enter, I can see the changes in here. It take effect. So my name is a student. And this is the sub page. Hello world. Thank you. This is the end.